Everybody's got big goals and big dreams, and they want to accomplish some unlike all the other years in the past where they didn't accomplish it and they made promises to themselves that they failed on. So I wanted to give you something to think about and something to chew on. What keeps you motivated whenever you aren't motivated? Like, what hack do you use to get motivated? And I want to make it real clear to you guys. Winners, champions, do not value motivation at all. I never think, do I feel like doing this? The that you look up to, that you want to be like, that you think like, man, dude, I wish I was that person. Those people do not think, man, do I feel like doing this? They do the shit regardless. They do the things that they have to get done, no matter how they feel, no matter what's going on, no matter what it is that's distracting them. And in fact, when they're distracted, they take relief in the fact that the shit that they need to do gets done. And so what I want you guys to really think about as this year gets kicked off is, how do I get done regardless of how I feel? Because that's where the champions live. The peasants live over here with motivation. If you only execute when you feel like it, or the stars are aligned, or the weather's right, or you have a great relationship right now where it's been turbulent for a while, or whatever, insert any single thing that you want to insert. If you can only execute when you feel like executing, you will lose 100 times out of 100. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is to change your perspective and to understand that motivation comes and goes. It's good to feel motivated. Is it easier to execute when you're motivated? Yeah, of course it is. However, it's an unrealistic expectation to believe that we are always going to feel like doing what it is we know is required to do. Okay, so you need to flip your mindset. You need to flip your perspective to understanding that discipline is what you are after. What you are really after is the skill of discipline. How do I have enough discipline to execute when I don't feel like doing it? And the reality is, you have to develop it. How do you develop discipline? By doing things that require discipline, aka doing hard. Also, keeping promises to yourself.
Somebody needs that success story that you have to dig them out of a hole that they are in. There's somebody out there who's probably going to hear this. There's somebody in this room right now that needs to hear this, that whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever you dealt with in the past, it does not matter, because every day that you wake up, you have a chance. It's not over. If it ain't strong enough to kill you, it ain't strong enough to stop. And I believe that with the bottom of my heart. If it ain't killed me yet, it ain't strong enough to stop me. So that's what that means. It's time for me to keep on going forward. My message was for somebody who is dealing with a situation that is killing them on the inside, and they need an outlet. They need somebody that dealt with it before, somebody that's been in that dark place before and has dug themselves out of it and found a way to get to the light at the end of the tunnel.
In life, you have your comfort zone and your uncomfortable zone, and most people will do whatever it takes to stay in their comfort zone. You've heard it before. We are our own worst enemy. And it's true. Self-sabotage is used as a defense in fear so we do not hurt ourselves. And it's in our relationships, our businesses, and our financial lives. And some examples would be when a person runs away when the relationship starts getting serious because they don't want to be vulnerable to the hurt that they felt in the past. Self-sabotage, or how you associate the gym with feeling pain. Self-sabotage, but it goes deeper. Like procrastinating important tasks, not to be confused with laziness, but avoiding change or fearing failure. Self-sabotage. The reason you can't eat healthier is because you self-sabotage. You've created the idea in your head that healthy food doesn't taste good, and you've created the idea that you're gonna have to sacrifice every food you do enjoy to eat healthy, and that's a self-sabotage. Stop preventing yourself from living the life you deserve and start admitting that you're the reason, because you need to know it's better to be uncomfortable and growing than to be comfortable and not doing nothing. Now let me ask you a hard question. What are you self-sabotaging in your life right now? What are you avoiding And how are you going to make a change?
But fundamentally, you must understand that motivation is for average people. Motivation is for people that lose more than they win. Discipline is where everybody who's ever achieved anything great that you admire, that is what they value. That's what they strive for. That's the skill that they make investments in. And that's why their lives look so great that you want something like that for yourself. So, moving into this year, stop asking why I'm not motivated. Stop asking, what do I need to do to get motivated? And start asking, how can I become more disciplined? Because discipline is the ultimate superpower, guys. If you can learn to execute against the tasks that will get you to where you want to go, regardless of what's happening in your life, regardless of the pain you're feeling in the moment, regardless of what the weather is, regardless of what your relationship is, regardless of what your boss said, regardless of what your wife or your husband said, regardless of any outside circumstances, how, and I want you to really think about this, how can you ever lose? You can't.